Hello, Taurus. This is Michelle, and I'm here to do your December 2019 tarot reading. I'm using the CBD Tarot de Marseille this month by Dr. Yov Ben-Dov, and then I will pull a saint card for you from the Voices of Saints by Los Scarabia. This is for Taurus, the sign of Taurus, month of December 2019. What are the messages we need to know for the sign of Taurus? Sign of Taurus. Let's take a look. All right, Taurus, we are starting out with the Seven of Rods. All right. Wow, interesting. Followed by the Nine of Swords. Let's pull a few more cards before we pull this together. Ah, the High Priestess. Okay, very interesting. And now the Seven of Swords. Wow, okay, very interesting to start out with. And so I'm just going to start or begin by saying, Taurus, that it looks like some of you are in the process of learning something. And I want to say, I feel like, I mean, it could be like a life lesson, but I feel that it has more structure to it. Like you are in the midst in December of, some of you actually could be studying very diligently for some sort of exam. I feel some of you are studying, I want to say also a group of people for some of you. But not just like, looking, just kind of checking them out. I mean, really like studying them. You might be studying demographics for some particular reason. I feel this is, it's requiring a lot of, I want to say like stick-to-itiveness. It could be long hours of study. And there's a definite goal in mind. And the High Priestess coming in is interesting here because, of the book here, the High Priestess represents, in one sense, great knowledge and study. And a lot of this is book learning. Some of it is life, though, life experience. But I can see you, Taurus, some of you have spent a lot of time or will be spending time in December. I feel that it's really, you are trying to reach a particular goal. Let me say, with the Nine of Swords coming in, there is a goal in mind. For some of you, I feel like you've been at this for a while. I am going to say that for some of you here, this actually entails a degree. So some of you might be close to, perhaps it's a 2, 4, or 4-year degree. It might be even a master's or beyond. It could be postgraduate work. I mean, it's like that sort of magnitude. For some of you, it can also be, though, a spiritual course of study. Let's continue. And now we have the Death card coming in. Interesting. And Temperance. Oh my goodness. Okay, what an incredibly powerful and beautiful spread for you, Taurus. I mean, this with the major arcana all here around crowning these, what we would call, let's say, pip cards, these number cards. It's really, really powerful. I want to say again that I believe that a lot of you do have a lot of life experience. You've been through a lot in life, and there are many lessons that you have learned through the course of your life that have brought you to this point. It's to a point almost, I want to say, of real transformation. Something very big, I feel, occurred. I feel for some reason that it was about 3 months ago for some of you. So you might go back 3 months from about the month of December or January. It seems like there was a big transition at that time, but it could have been longer ago than that. Some of you, it could be actually, I'm going to say this, that this month of December is actually quite a trial. Let me say that, to reach this goal. But I'm going to say this, Taurus, if it was easy, everyone would do it. You see, this is a challenge, and it is going to be worth it when you reach and achieve this goal, because not everyone can do this. Taurus, you're a fixed sign, and so you can really reach in to that determination that Taurus has. Like, like not all the signs have that ability in the same way that Taurus does. Temperance coming in is saying that you are going to come out of this process so much stronger. This is, so in picking up this idea, the idea of some sort of graduation was coming through to me, but it's not just the external trappings that are important here. It's not just like the cap and gown or the diploma, or if it's some other type of goal that you're reaching in your knowledge. It may not be something as formal as what I'm mentioning previously, but whatever it is, you are going to come out of this so much stronger. You are going to know that you can do and achieve anything. And so I want to give you a lot of encouragement, Taurus, for those of you resonating, to just stick this through. The month of December is so busy for so many of us, and then to have all of this on top of it, it looks like a pretty heavy weight to bear, I'm going to say. But knowing that you are going to come out of this in a much more positive and more strengthened, I want to say, condition. Let me put it that way. And now we have the 7 of Cups coming in. All right, and so for some of you, this involves learning about, I want to say, the emotional life, learning about your own emotions. For a few of you, I feel that this also might have to do with actually a course of study that has to do with emotions, such as psychology. Now that's just a very, that's a specific message, but it's coming through for some of you. And now we have the Tower coming in, all right, suggesting that, you know what, it's just out of reach. It's right there, Taurus. It is right there, not to give up. You're so very close. Here's the finish line. Here is right in the position of hopes and fears. You are going to finish, Taurus. There is just no doubt about it. And now we have the 3 of Clubs coming in as a final card. I am going to pull 3 more cards here. I feel that for some of you, you would like to know how you can be more certain about this. So for a few of you, you might be asking a question like, can I really reach it, the finish line here? I mean, this is really something. It's asking a lot of me. Life is asking a lot of me. And am I going to get through it? It seems like that is a question in your mind. But so I am here to say that absolutely you are going to get through this thing, because you have been taking the steps, you have been taking action towards reaching this goal. It's not something that you just started yesterday, Taurus. No, this is a much bigger picture that we're talking about. I want to encourage you to keep that goal in mind, because it's right here. Your ambition is driving you. Many of you, you absolutely, if you feel a little bit stuck now, or like the goal is out of reach, I'm here to say that the cards are saying no, it is just right there. It is just right there to stick this thing out. When you do finish, I feel that there is going to be such a load lifted from your heart. And again, I'm just seeing this kind of that sort of celebration where everyone like throws their hats up in the air. That's what I'm seeing. It's just like we're throwing our hats up in the air, and it's just, you know, hip hip and hooray for Taurus. Oh my goodness, that sounds so corny, but that's what I'm picking up and hearing. It's just going to be a very beautiful, I want to say, and joyous time at the end of it all. The only way that you can reach that kind of joy, I mean, that kind of joy where you are just like, this is like a highlight of life, Taurus. I want to say that. For those of you resonating, I'm so happy for you. This is like a highlight in life. And if it was not a difficult task, then you would not reach such heights of joy and celebration. That's what I'm picking up. Taurus, congratulations. I'm going to ask for 3 more cards just as a final comment about the month of December and what Taurus is going through. I feel that you have a lot on your plate, Taurus. Like there's just like a lot to do, and there's a little bit of a question about where am I going to get the strength to get through this all? Well, I wasn't going to get into the astrology, but let me just say the month of December has some very beautiful energy coming in from Capricorn in a trine. All right, all the planets are in Capricorn, right? In December, and they're going to be trining you. And so there should be a little bit of relief from that, let me say. But, okay, let's continue on. I'm picking 3 more cards for you, Taurus. This is just a final comment, a final word of encouragement. We have the Hanged Man coming in, all right, upright. And then we have the King of Rods, all right. And the Two of Swords. All right. So this is just confirmation for us, really, Taurus. For some of you, I feel like, you know, could be a feeling like, I have been waiting so long for this moment to happen, so long to reach the pinnacle, to reach the goal, and there have been so many obstacles to overcome. But the last 3 cards here are saying, you know what, hang on, Taurus, you know, maintain that fire, that desire inside to reach your goal, because you are going to get there. It might be advisable for some of you, if you can, in the month of December. Many of us have a few days where we can get some time off, right? Because it is the holidays for many of us. And so if you are able to take a little bit of time off, just reflect, rest, recharge yourself. The cards are saying it is absolutely okay. For some of you, I want to give you this tip as well. For those of you that are really, really studying hard and having sort of a difficult time with the weight of this whole project and reaching the end of it all, I'm going to suggest also some meditation. I know that you know how helpful meditation can be, but to look that up, because meditation can oftentimes even take the place of sleep. And so for some of you, if you are just feeling really drained in the month of December, if just the whole process has sort of been draining you, if you feel like you can't get enough sleep, then meditation may be the way to go, or perhaps some time out in prayer. And now I am asking for a saint card for you, Taurus. This is a saint card for Taurus, a special saint, someone you can pray to, perhaps learn something about in the month of December. I'm just going to read a very short informational piece about the saint. And here we have it. Oh my goodness. It is, look at this beautiful image of Saint Rose of Lima. And virgin, it says here. She is just absolutely beautiful. I now want to learn about her. I don't know that much about Saint Rosa. So let's take a look. Okay, this is number 74. I can see, though, from the image that she's completely connected and identifying with Christ. We can see the crown of thorns. She's meditating on the cross. She's finding a great deal of solace and peace in that. Saint Rosa, and this is the saint from Peru. Now, see, I'm reading in the Spanish, which I can't do. Let me get to the English. 17th century Peru. Dominican tertiary, worked among the Indians of South America. Okay, how interesting. I want to learn more about her. The card represents, and she represents, sensitive women, sensitive woman who knows how to understand and help others. I want to say, Taurus, I feel so deeply in my heart that praying or meditating on Saint Rosa is going to be so beneficial for you in the month of December. I feel that she can bring you great peace and also support you in this big and very important endeavor. All right, Taurus, that is your reading for December 2019. I want to thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure and a privilege to read for you. If you've enjoyed this reading, I'd like to encourage you to subscribe to the channel and like. It helps the channel so very much. And I'll see you next time.